Easter. It's a time to rest, reflect and enjoy the company of family. And for the green-fingered among us, it's also the perfect weekend to prepare the garden for the warmer months ahead. From potting plants to pruning shrubs and tending to flower beds, there are a myriad of tasks to be getting on with that are enjoyable nevertheless. Here to talk us through some of them, Camila Basset-Smith. What's in your April diary then, Camilla?
Well, a lot of blossom, Alan, because it's that time of year, isn't it?
Erupting everywhere, magnolias coming out.
It really is, so exciting. And blossom is a term that we tend to use generically, isn't it, if something's flowering, but technically referring to the blooms of plants that have stone fruits. So whether that's a plum or a peach or a cherry, which, of course, prunus are the kind of the queens of the blossom, aren't they? And there's so many types to choose from. I've bought a few from home. This one, they've travelled okay in the car, I think, just about. They've lost
they do
a few.
lose their petals quite quickly if you know, knocking them around a bit.
This is a carme, which is a delicate pink one.
Oh, carme.
And makes quite a good rounded shrub as well, because they vary, don't they, from huge to sort of small trees. But I love this one. Really, really good colour on it.
It's a pretty shade of pink.
Yeah,
With a glorious white one in the middle there.
Yeah, this one here.
Yeah.
This is the cherry plum. So we have a hedge of this. And it's so bright, isn't it?
Isn't it wonderful? Just white and green.
Yeah. And in Japan, I don't know if you've ever been, Alan, I would love to go. They so admire it, don't they?
Yeah.
I mean, of course, in this country, we have our cherry trails. I think Evesham is celebrating 40 years this year, so we have plenty in this country. But the Japanese really love it, don't they?
Yeah,
and then this one in front here is Kojo no Mai.
Now, I've got one of those in a pot, and it's a biggish pot, and it's now about that big, and it's been in there a good 10 years. It's quite slow growing.
Yeah,
it's good for
I think,
a big container.
over kind of maximum would ever be kind of 1.5, 2 metres at max,
mine's
wouldn't
pink as well. There's a slightly pink. Well, you can see some of these colours here just a bit
and so delicate. A really nice shape on that one. I think good autumn colour as well, if
yes,
I'm right.
it does. It goes really bright red.
And then, of course, apricot. Now, this is an example of what bringing it in the car does, but you can still see those little blossoms.
No, you've got the important bit there, because that's where your apricot's going to form.
Of course. I mean, I'm going to have less apricots because I've chopped this one off. And had to cover them this year because, of course, March we had quite a few frosts, didn't we? So quite tender. But I thought we would make a little Easter display because in Europe they have quite a tradition, don't they, of putting sticks and branches and decorating with eggs. Now, this one is the purple-leaved cherry plum, which is basically the same as this one, but with the purple
leaves.
And slightly more pinky flowers, isn't it, actually? But,
Yes.
And if you want to pop a few in, Alan.
You've got a lovely ancient old container here with these...
Yeah, sort of Art Deco.
It is, isn't it, glorious?
So if we pop them in, and then just going to hang some little decorative eggs.
I'll finish these off. You get your...
OK, shall I do the little eggs?
Your little hangings out.
OK, I used to do this when I was a little girl because it's quite fun. And actually the blossom will last probably about a week. Obviously it'll drop a little bit, but you'll get a good week out of it. Let's pop another one there. How's it looking?
It's looking all right. I just hope Simon Lycett isn't watching.
Well, I don't think he'll be worried.
He's very forgiving, Simon.
I think he'll see this and think,
oh, it's not too bad.
But you get the idea, and actually really pretty for a centre of a table.
Great for the kiddlywinks.
And making the most of blossom. Talking of blossom, now it's not prunus, but down the front there, what a glorious rhododendron is that?
Smashing.
And I've had it in a pot for quite a while, opening on a very pink bud. The variety, I will tell you, Christmas cheer.
Never had a good sense of timekeeping.
No.
No.
And an ITV campaign currently running is called Eat Them to Defeat Them. It's been running for a good few years now, hasn't it? But it's encouraging children to eat more vegetables.
And hopefully to grow them as well.
Yeah, exactly. And that's how they get involved. If they're growing them, they learn to love them.
This is how I started.
Is it?
Well, it's meant to be me.
Yes.
Look at me.
I'm not sure it really resembles you, but do you notice something on the side there? Your Victoria Medal of Honour.
Oh, thank you. Oh, you're too kind.
I thought that would be the identifying feature.
Bless you.
Because not many people have those.
I did this as kids, sowing cress in eggs. You do have to eat a lot of boiled eggs.
You do, and I've been doing this for the last fortnight, Alan. So I've been busy soft boiling eggs. I've had a lot of eggs and soldiers over the last sort of 10 days, but basically scooping out the inside.
If that's a soft-boiled egg, I'd hate to see your hard-boiled eggs.
I'm not a very good cook, Alan. You can see that.
I wasn't casting nasturtiums.
I'm quite happy to admit.
So you scoop it all out.
Yes, and then you get...
And here's one she ate earlier.
Exactly. I love them. I love eating it.
This takes me back years. Little bit of compost.
Yeah.
Peat-free.
You've got the cress seed there.
In there.
But
what you can see is what you buy in the shops as cress, isn't it? It's a kind of mustard.
Yes.
Or sometimes oilseed rape seedlings. This is proper curly cress.
Yeah. Really nice,
really
but great for children, isn't it?
Yeah.
And other things that you can do as well, just different things. You've got the cucumber melon, the asparagus pea, all these kind of different things that you can get and grow in something like the little caterpillar grow house as well. It's quite
And
fun.
also things that they can handle easily, like onions. Onions grow from sets as well as from seed. The red onions and the ordinary. I always bury mine completely because if you leave the tops just sticking out, the blackbirds pull them out.
Yeah, the little birds come along.
Yeah, so just below the surface, about 12 inches apart in rows in really rich soil. We have bulbs that big. We've got our last 4 left.
Yeah, and that's great because they see you through, don't they?
Right through the winter.
season. So
and
really
it's so easy.
And also carrots as well in toilet rolls.
Yeah.
And then onto the fruit. Strawberries, it's a great time of year to be popping those in. We've got 2 different varieties there.
And you've got a strawberry pot.
Yeah, we've got a lovely terracotta strawberry pot here. You get the ones that are sort of at different times throughout the summer, or you get the everbearers, don't you? Those that continue giving, but perhaps the fruits are a bit smaller.
Yep.
But these ones are great varieties. You've got marshmallow at the front there, which is quite an old-fashioned one, very, very sweet. And then Royal Sovereign is the other one.
Oh, that's the traditional, supposedly the best flavoured strawberry of all.
Apparently used at Queen Elizabeth II coronation meal, apparently.
Really?
I wasn't there.
No,
I wasn't on the guest list.
No,
You would have been, but you were a little young.
Yes.
Or you can use, I mean, this again is easy for children, a plastic sort of example, a bit like the potato sacks.
And you plant into the pockets.
Yeah. So really easy to do.
There's always something, isn't it?
I thought we'd had vegetables.
Yes.
But combined with chocolate vegetables.
No. Asparagus, sweet chocolate Brussels sprouts.
Yeah, that's my kind of sprout.
Oh, mine and broccoli. I'm going to have a carrot.
I'm going to have a nibble.
In a minute. Okay. Thank you, Camilla. What an Easter treat. Primroses, violets and the other early arrivals are bringing delights to gardens across the country and reminding us that winter is over and Easter is here. Here with her springtime favourites with an Easter twist, horticulturist Camila Basset-Smith. Isn't this smashing? Eggs a go-go.
Yeah, so colourful and the weather couldn't be better really, could it?
No, perfect, isn't it?
Violets starting off with. I think violets are a really classic plant that has a really, really rich history going back to sort of ancient Greece. And Napoleon loved them apparently, and he was known as Corporal Violet.
Was he really? Well, not to his face, because he could get very stroppy.
No, exactly. You wouldn't want to risk that, would you? But in the 18th and 19th century, they started growing them a lot commercially for the flowers. Very, very well known. People had little corsages. And Dawlish in Devon became very well known for growing them. Acres and acres, and sending them off to London on a special train to Covent Garden for the flower market.
Yes.
So I love the history behind violets. And the ones that we have in our garden, these are dog violets, the sort of common natives, if you like. I say common, it always sounds so harsh to call a flower common, but
widespread.
Yes, exactly. Quite small. These ones are unscented, but so delicate and pretty. And then you've got the wood violets or the sweet violets here, which have that amazing scent, don't they?
But of course you've got to get down there unless you stand still and the air's still and warm and the scent drifts up.
Really
but you really
have a...
That's just a sneaker.
Yeah, especially in the sun.
Yeah, they're coming in the sun. Yeah.
And of course used for perfume, aren't they? I mean, quite. You would say maybe a perfume of times gone by more, but we have this little perfume bottle here. Isn't this sweet?
Oh gosh, yes.
And this is Ye Old Devon Violets.
Right, so that was what you put your violet water in.
Yeah, with a little vial there.
Oh, clever stuff.
So, yeah, and still used today in perfumery, but also in confectionery as well. And moving on to the Palmer violets over here. Now, these are half hardy. But you've grown these before, haven't you, Alan?
I have many years ago. I haven't got them anymore, but look, it's a strange double little flower.
Yeah.
But they're very strongly scented, aren't they?
They are, and they're used. Everybody knows the Palmer Violet Sweets, which we've got at the front there, and they're kind of, some people...
Do you know, I used to know those as kids. Violet cashews, we used to call them.
Did you? They're very soapy, aren't they?
Oh, they are.
But, good, quite nice sort of breath fresheners. Not saying that you need it, Alan.
Suddenly the years fall away and you remember eating them as a nipper.
They're really sweet. And also
I like
as well,
those.
you can have a packet, put a few in your pocket. Now, primroses as well are a classic sort of Easter flower, and they are gorgeous. We've got our native ones here. Which, I mean, across banks at the moment look so pretty. But various variations as well, from your doubles and your sort of the ones with the really nice centres, the eyes as well. So a real wealth of choice, and great in pots and baskets and things
Because
like
if
that.
you've got no garden at all, you've got a balcony, you've got a windowsill,
Yeah.
you know, you have a real pop of colour from those, and they last for weeks
They
and
do.
weeks.
So
Really good.
Easter extravaganza
Yes.
in colour.
Why have you
But
got your
moving
washing
on,
out?
well, you know, I thought it was a nice day, Alan. I'd get a bit done. Thinking about when you do garden, and this weekend we're all going to be out in the garden doing things, protecting your hands and your knees sounds like that song, doesn't it? Head, shoulders, knees,
and toes,
knees and
yeah.
toes. But thinking about what you do and what gardening you're doing, and for your gloves, for your hands, if you're doing, you know, a fair weather gardener, a little bit here and there, some people don't wear them, or you can get a sort of a very inexpensive pair, and that's fine. But if you're with brambles or roses or anything like that,
These
you
are
want
really
gauntlets.
sturdy, aren't they?
Yeah, you want
So you've
gauntlet
got
gloves.
fabric there, but it's very dense
Yeah,
fabric,
these are
so-
scratch-proof. So they've
Oh, are
actually
they?
got
Right.
special fibres in, which mean you're not going to get sort of all those nasties from the brambles
Yeah,
into
they're
your
leather.
arms. Yeah. Then you've got to be thinking about grip, really. If you're moving pots around, I'm forever picking up terracotta pots, and then you
Yeah.
drop them, and it's a problem. So latex with a good grip is something that I think it's good to think about.
Yeah.
And also claw gloves as well. These little funny ones here. They're apparently
Claw gloves?
modelled-
I've not seen those before.
Modelled on a mole's fingernails. I always feel I want to paint the edge, but I won't.
Well, I wouldn't.
I might get a funny look.
You're escaping holes out the garden. that's
Yeah, but really handy if you want to sort of multi-purpose, a bit
Yeah,
of digging and a bit
that's right.
of weeding as well. Waterproof as well if it's raining.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, quite a few of them are waterproof anyway, but particularly if you're in the borders when it's wet and soggy, think about that. Comfort with leather as well. And if you're a Instagram lover,
Yeah.
which Alan, I know you've recently joined, you can get smartphone ready gloves as well.
Oh, so you can still
Yeah,
use your
you
phone
can
with
be
those on?
weeding and then on the phone.
Oh, no. I'm weeding. That'll do.
That'll
I don't want to
do.
be on the phone. I want to escape the
True,
phone.
exactly.
But handy
With
if you
those,
don't.
You
yeah.
wouldn't escape with those because those are high vis. So you can't. There's no hiding in the border with those.
So if
ones.
you keep tipping your gloves into the compost heap, you can't see them.
Yeah,
Those are the pairs
exactly
to get.
there. And then made out of recycled bottles, which environmentally friendly. Think about what gloves are made of, and I think that's a really good thing for the future. And finally, what they look like. I mean, I like a pretty glove as much as the next
Do you?
person.
Do you know,
Yeah,
I'd never
you
have
would
guessed.
never have known.
Now, when you get to a certain age,
Yes.
and even when you don't, these are really handy.
They are. You need to be comfortable when you're
Camila.
weeding, and a lot of the time in gardening you are down on your knees. I mean, this is going to win no prizes for aesthetics.
But it's inexpensive.
yeah, it works.
And then the other end,
Yeah,
you've got this.
you've got
I use one of these because it's covered in
We've got like a waxed cotton and a leather.
exactly
sort of
that. You know, your
mix
waterproof
there.
jacket. It's
Yeah,
that fabric.
Really, really hardy.
And you can chuck it down. And always got to remember, and this is handy because it's got leather on one side, so you know that's the side for your knees and that's the side for the ground.
Yes, yeah, and also it's brown, so it doesn't get too dirty, does it? You've got the pretty ones as well here, or denim, various sort of options.
And these, I use these a lot actually when we're filming.
They're
Love
comfy,
Your
aren't
Garden.
they? Because
Yeah.
they're mouldable.
Yeah.
And a bit like a mattress that you can have, or a pillow. Really, really great on the ground.
A memory foam kneeler.
Indeed.
No.
Yes. And then at the front there, this one's a little bit sort of, I would say, more used by people in maybe the building industry or tradespeople for, say, plumbers or whatever. But it's really good. It's hard wearing for a patio.
Yeah.
With a little section in the middle, you can put sort of garden ties
Or
or bits of bobs.
sweets.
Yes, some little violets from earlier. Yeah. But that's good to think about as well. Very good on a flat surface, that one, on
Yeah.
a patio. But this one,
So you now
I mean,
this will
yeah.
go up or down, won't
yeah,
it?
it will.
you can
So
either-
you can have a
can
sit,
on
if you're
it.
feeling a bit tired.
Okay.
Yeah,
Demonstration.
very nice.
Or
turn around. But the great thing with that is because you can lift yourself. Because I'm getting
yes,
to an
I
age I
can.
get down, I'm not sure I can get back up again.
making me look more geriatric than I really am. Only slightly.
No, not at all. But this is fun. I shall demo. Here we are. Right, so these you can just pop on to your legs, like this.
So
As so.
so it moves.
Yeah,
because
and then
of that.
you're down like
Yeah.
that. And actually really comfortable
Yeah.
and quite easy. So this is an option as well if you don't want to be lugging something around with you. And finally, for ease of ease, well, you don't have to take anything out. You can get trousers with inbuilt kneeling pads.
Yes. How excellent.
They look very fine, sir.
Yes. Yes. Not exactly a drain pipe, are they? Yeah.
But
Well, there
so
we are.
much to choose from, really. And I think it does to be prepared, doesn't it, for all the gardening we're going to be doing.
Easter's not just about bonnets, is it?
It's not. No.
Gloves, kneelers, trousers.
I'm exhausted.
everything. I'm exhausted just from listening to you. Thanks, Camilla.